Good evening, everyone. I welcome you all to today's video. In this video, we are going to be presenting our project of education technology, and we are as a group, as you can see on the screen. We have the first speaker as shown. We have me, I myself is speaking right now, and we have another colleague here who is Makoba, and I'm going to take you through this project, and I'm going to be working as a teacher, and my colleagues will respond as learners. Um, Good evening, my learners. Hello.
Good evening, Safa.
Good evening, teacher.
How is everyone? That's good if you are good. So in today's lesson, I've come with good news for you. Every day we are going to be getting free breakfast. Each of us is going to be enjoying. So whenever when it goes to break time, we are going to be eating whatever kind of edible you feel like eating. But for that case, we shall have to come up with a project, and each C project is going to be it is going to be a rabbit project, and for that case, we are entitled to come up with buildings where we are going to be keeping our rabbits from, and we shall be caring after them in the morning and in the evening. And for that case, we shall have to come up with a building as I've told you, but we are going to use different knowledge and different techniques of coming up with a building. And in that case, we shall be able to draft the plans, what, and construct that building. But still, in this process of a rabbit keeping project, the knowledge we are going to use is going to be based specifically on today's lesson, and that's why I encourage and welcome everyone to pay attention, to feel at home, because this lesson is going to be so productive in our lives. So that one brings us the topic that we are going to be concentrating on, and that topic is geometric construction skills. As you can see, geometric construction skills is all about drawing accurate geometric figures using geometric instruments such as the compass and the ruler. In this case, as I've told you about the rabbit project, our figure in this case can be a house. I think each of you is going to know what a house is, not so? My learners, there anyone who doesn't know house?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, if you know house,
Geometric construction is all about coming up with accurate drawings. And for example, I've told you a house, and you have to use instruments. But for this case, the instruments we are going to concentrate about are a compass and a ruler, and we shall see as the lesson progress. As you can see in this figure, if, whenever you see instruments or geometric construction, instruments. For example, in this figure, we have a protractor, we have a ruler, we have a set square. So these are the kind of instruments we are going to be using. But still, as I've told you that our knowledge afterwards, we are going to use it in developing a rabbit project. So please feel at home, pay attention. This lesson is going to be so productive in our lives. Under geometric constructions, we have different tools or instruments that we are going to be using. As you can see, here we have got a compass, we have a set square of 60 degrees, we have a set square of 45 degrees, we have a protractor here, we have a divider, we have a drafter, and a ruler. I know these instruments are so familiar to you. We've been using them in primary level, however much this is secondary level. So don't fear. Feel at home, my learners. In this topic of geometric construction skills, we have some keywords. And some of the keywords we have lines, we have rays, we have line segment, and have been defined in our chart. As you can see, this is a chart. So in your free time, feel free to visit this chart, and you get to know more meanings of these keywords that we are going to use, but these are the words and these are the symbols of the keywords. As you can see, you have a point, you have a line segment, you have raise here, you have line segment, as you can see. But still, in this topic of geometric construction, we shall still concentrate on lines, and among the lines we have got the types of lines, and the first one is a parallel line. And in this case, a parallel line or parallel lines are lines that are at equal distance from each other and they do not meet. As you can see in our picture here, we have a picture which is illustrating parallel lines. We have line 1 and line 2. They have been differentiated as line 1 and line 2 in different colors such that you can recognize them. So in your free time, please feel free to visit these charts and you get to know more about how these parallel lines look like. We also have, we are going to look at perpendicular lines, and these lines are lines that meet at 90 degrees, and this is the illustration of perpendicular lines. This is how they look like. As you can see, the angle between line AB and line CD is 90, and that angle is at point X. We also have another type of lines which is intersecting lines, and these lines cross or meet each other regardless of the angle at the point of intersection. Yeah, in this case, parallel lines, they do meet at a certain point, and that point will be at of any angle. So there is no specific angle for that, for the case of intersecting lines. And now, here we are going to be looking at construction of perpendicular lines from an external point to a given line. How do you construct it? As you can see, this is a perpendicular line. It is from an external point, which is point P, and it is cutting across line AB, and this is point M, and here we have the points where the compass was put to get these arcs, as you can see. But more explanation on the steps on how to construct a perpendicular lines are the one who's following. These are the steps, and these steps, they are explaining how we have come up with this previous perpendicular line. As you can see these steps, we have step 1, 2, 3, and 4. There are only 4 steps that we can go through when constructing perpendicular line from an external point to a given line. We have these steps and they are explaining the previous one. As you can see, you are given line segment AB and the point P outside of the line, and taking at the centers as C and N radius, you draw 2 arcs. If you can revisit back, whatever is being talked about in the second side, it is reflected in our perpendicular line. So in your free time, we shall go there, visit there, we get more to understand, and actually we shall be constructing the same perpendicular line following these steps, and we see whether we can come up with this perpendicular line here. Then that one takes us to the construction of perpendicular line from a given point on a given line segment. For example, in this case, you have a line segment AB, and on this line segment AB, you have to construct a perpendicular from this line and at that point P to maybe at a certain point Q. And this perpendicular line, the whole of it, we have got steps that explain how you come up with it, and those steps are the ones following. As you can see, there are very few steps. 3 of them. We have step 1, step 2, step 3, and these steps, they are exactly explaining how to come up with this perpendicular line. So we are going to go back, we go through it, we read step by step, and we construct, or we do each and every part. Yeah. So we also have a perpendicular bisector. And the perpendicular bisector is a line that divides a line segment at right angle through its midpoint. So as you can see, this is a perpendicular bisector P2, and it is dividing a line segment at equal distance. Okay, so the distance from A to where a line, a perpendicular bisector is, and from a perpendicular bisector, the point B is the same. And these are the steps that takes us through the ways or the steps that we can go through to construct a perpendicular bisector. As you can see, we have step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. And when you go all these 4 steps, you come up with a perpendicular bisector, as you can see here. But it is dividing a line segment XY at equal distances, but at an angle of 90 degrees at this point O. This is our video, and this video here, these are the steps on how to construct a perpendicular bisector, and we shall have to go through these steps one by one, such that you come up with this previous perpendicular bisector. So we shall be reading one step. You do the need for that first step until we finish. We come up with a perpendicular bisector. So we have also construction of perpendicular lines. As you can see, they can never meet, and they are at the equal distance apart. So these are the steps that we go through when we are constructing perpendicular lines, and we are going to go through them one by one, such that we come up with a perpendicular bisector. There are not very many steps. We have step 1, step 2, step 3. Only 3 steps. Okay? Then we have a video, and this video is explaining more about different types of lines, how to construct them. I know it will be good for you because you will have to watch it in your free time. You get to understand where you are not getting things, and actually you can follow steps on the video as you are constructing your own. Okay, and then here we have a simple activity on geometric construction. We have activity 1, we have activity 2, we also have activity 3, as you can see. So we are going to go through these activities in our free time. But since today we have been introducing our topic, I wanted you to first see and reflect on what we are going to do. And please don't forget what I told you from the beginning, that this lesson is going to be all about enjoying, because you are going to come up with a rabbit project, but using this skill of geometric construction. So please, I welcome you all my students to pay attention. Always come in class in time, and please ask whenever you don't understand, and give feedback where you have not got me well. Okay, so next time we shall be looking on construction of all whatever we have talked about. So please come prepared, come with the instruments to use. Thank you. I wish you well.